Step 8, start sewing your wefts to the track to create a row. In this video, we are going to go over which thread to use, single strand versus double strand knots, how to start your first stitch, how to stitch, how to double back, how to keep going, how to keep it clean, and how to check your work. Next video, how to finish sewing and then troubleshooting. Okay, first things first, thread. We are done with the weaving thread, so you can put that away. It's time to let that upholstery thread shine. This is your spider web string. It will be the most exposed thread, but it also is the hardest to see. Single versus double strand knots. I will be using this single today in this demonstration since I did the clothesline / track. Did you opt out of the clothesline track? Totally fine. I suggest you use a double knotted thread so at the end you have something to tie itself off to. Did you opt in to your clothesline track? If you feel more comfortable using the double, then go ahead. No harm, no foul. The nice thing about it is that it's idiot proof because you always have something to knot on itself in the end. The con about it is you use double the thread and it's bulkier. Does it really matter? No. Experiment, figure out what you like best. Don't know how to tie a knot? Just Google how to thread a needle and they have a quick little video you can see easily. I linked it in the caption below. How to start your first stitch. Start to the right of the bead. Scoop down vertically from above. Pull your string all the way through. Leave a couple of inches. Tie a double knot. Triple if you're feeling like it's necessary. Double strand people can just go in and loop in on themselves by coming up through the center of their loop. How to stitch. Scoop down. Every time you go down, make sure to either scoop up natural hair or your clothesline. Then come up through the middle. If you don't come back up through the middle, you will get a funky looking stitch and we want those stitches to look pretty. They're not the worst thing in the world, but they're just funky. This still happens to me all the time. If I can correct it, I will by using my pintail comb to loosen it up and bring the needle back up through the middle. But sometimes it's more trouble than it's worth. If it is too much trouble, I will keep moving. Sometimes messy action is better than no action at all. How to double back. You know that song, the Cupid Shuffle? Well, we are about to go and then feel for the nubbin. You will be surprised how many stitches you can fit on those edges. If you can flick it, odds are you can sew it. All good? Time to direct the remainder of your stitches to the right. Notice how whenever I pull the string to create this stitch nice and tight, how I'm pulling it up. I'm never pulling it down or off to the side. You always want to pull the string up. How to keep going. Keep going to the right, down and up through the middle, Avoid the beads. Try to make all of your stitches between the beads because otherwise you'll get puckering and you don't want that. The stitches should be less than 1 centimeter apart. Pinky nail would be a good measurement. You don't want them to be too wide because they could sag or stress out the natural hair too much. You don't want them to be too narrow because it will take you forever. How to keep it clean. Keep your string on your left hand. Release your prong clips as you go and keep your comb handy. How to check your work. Lift the wefts up occasionally to make sure that they're all in line. Sometimes they can slip or sink below. Don't leave your Kevin McAllister behind. Next up, how to finish sewing and then troubleshooting.